The night on the island feels heavier than usual, the air thick with salt and unfinished thoughts. Alma stands near the edge of the compound, lights flickering behind her as the sea stretches endlessly ahead. She has spent the entire day pretending she's fine, pretending that Edén hasn't chipped away at her certainty piece by piece. When Ibon approaches, his footsteps are quiet, almost careful, as if he already knows this moment matters more than either of them wants to admit. They don't speak at first. There is a long pause where everything unsaid hangs between them: fear, loyalty, doubt, and a fragile kind of hope. Ibon looks at Alma the way he always does in moments like this, with concern softened by something warmer, something he's tried to keep buried. Alma turns to him, her expression guarded but tired, and for a second it seems like she might push him away. Instead, she exhales, letting the mask fall. Ibon tells her she doesn't have to face Edén alone. His voice isn't loud or dramatic, it's steady, sincere. Alma listens, searching his face for lies, for manipulation, for anything that resembles the island's twisted promises. She finds none. What she sees is honesty, and it unsettles her more than deception ever could. Edén has taught her not to trust, yet here he is, offering trust without conditions. The silence closes in again, but this time it's charged. Alma steps closer, almost without realizing it. Ibon hesitates, giving her space, giving her the choice Edén never does. That hesitation is what breaks her resolve. She reaches for him first, fingers brushing his arm, grounding herself in something real. Their eyes meet, and in that shared look there is fear, relief, and longing all at once. When they kiss, it's gentle, unhurried. There's no urgency, no spectacle, just two people clinging to a moment of truth in a place built on lies. Alma's defenses finally crack, and for a heartbeat, Edén loses its grip on her. Ibon holds her like he means it, like he knows this kiss isn't an escape but a promise: whatever comes next, they will face it together. As they pull apart, nothing is magically solved. The island is still dangerous, the future still uncertain. But Alma's expression has changed. The doubt is still there, yet beneath it is strength, renewed by connection. In Edén, where control is everything, that quiet act of choice becomes an act of rebellion, and the beginning of something neither of them can turn back from. Morning arrives on Edén with deceptive calm, sunlight spilling across the compound as if nothing is wrong. Alma wakes with the memory of the kiss still lingering, warm and unsettling. It wasn't just affection, it was a decision. As she moves through the day, she becomes acutely aware of Ibon's presence, the way their eyes meet briefly and then look away, careful not to draw attention. In Edén, even feelings feel watched. They're assigned separate tasks, a deliberate move that doesn't go unnoticed. Alma senses the manipulation immediately. The island doesn't punish directly, it isolates, tests, observes. While working, her mind keeps drifting back to the night before, replaying Ibon's quiet certainty. It gives her strength, but it also sharpens her fear. Caring for someone here is dangerous. Later, circumstances force them together again during a routine check near the restricted zone. The tension between them is different now, deeper, heavier. There's no room for pretense anymore. Ibon asks if she's okay, his voice low, careful. Alma almost laughs at the question. Okay doesn't exist in Edén. What she is, however, is awake. They speak in fragments, cautious words layered with meaning. Alma admits she's scared, not just of the island, but of what she feels. Edén thrives on vulnerability, twists it into obedience. Ibon listens without interrupting, then tells her that fear doesn't mean weakness. Here, it might be the only thing keeping them human. His words steady her, reminding her that resistance doesn't always look like rebellion, sometimes it looks like refusing to give up on yourself. A sudden alarm cuts the moment short, forcing them apart again. Chaos ripples through the compound, and in the confusion Alma is briefly alone. Panic rises, sharp and fast, until she spots Ibon across the courtyard. Their eyes lock. No words are exchanged, but the connection is immediate, reassuring. In that glance, she knows she's not invisible, not alone. That night, they meet again in secrecy, the risks higher than before. The second kiss is different from the first, more urgent, charged with everything they haven't said. It's still tender, but there's resolve in it now. This isn't just comfort, it's defiance. They cling to each other, fully aware that Eden would tear this apart if it could. When they separate, Alma doesn't feel weaker. She feels clearer. The island hasn't changed, but she has. Whatever Eden is planning, she knows one thing with certainty: her emotions are no longer something to suppress. They are proof that Eden hasn't won. And as she walks back into the shadows of the compound, Alma carries that truth with her like armor, ready for whatever comes. By the third day, Eden feels tighter, as if the island itself has noticed the shift between Alma and Ibon. There is a quiet pressure in every interaction, a sense that nothing goes unseen for long. Alma moves carefully, measuring her words, her expressions, even her thoughts. Yet beneath that caution, something has settled inside her, determination shaped by connection rather than fear. Ibon finds her near the water tanks late in the afternoon, an unlikely place for privacy. The wind carries their voices away, but still they speak softly. He tells her he's been watching the patterns of the island, the way certain people are tested more than others. Alma understands immediately. Eden doesn't just observe behavior, it provokes emotion. It wants reactions. It wants loyalty born from isolation. What it doesn't expect is unity. They don't touch this time. The distance between them is intentional, disciplined. The kisses of the past days have already changed too much. Now, restraint becomes another form of resistance. Alma feels stronger for it, even as longing flickers beneath the surface. She realizes Eden taught her to doubt herself, but Ibon reminds her to trust her instincts again. As night falls, tensions rise across the compound. A gathering is announced, one of those rituals designed to reinforce belonging. Alma stands among the others, listening to familiar words about purpose and harmony, but they sound hollow now. Her eyes scan the crowd until they find Ibon's. The look they share is brief, but it carries everything: warning, reassurance, resolve. Eden's speeches lose their power when shared glances speak louder. Later, something goes wrong. A participant breaks down, overwhelmed, and the calm facade fractures. Alma feels the weight of it, the reminder of how fragile everyone here truly is. She steps forward instinctively, offering comfort, even as guards close in. For a moment, she fears punishment. Instead, there is silence. Eden adapts, always testing boundaries. That night, Alma and Ibon meet once more, hidden in shadow. The third kiss is the quietest of all, almost restrained, lips brushing with careful intent. It's not about passion anymore, it's about promise. They know the cost now. Every choice here carries consequences. But turning away from each other would be the greatest surrender of all. When they part, there is no fear in Alma's eyes, only clarity. Eden may control the environment, the rules, even the bodies within it, but it cannot dictate meaning. What she and Ibon share has become something Eden can't fully observe, quantify, or own. As Alma walks back alone, she no longer feels like a subject in an experiment. She feels like a variable Eden didn't anticipate. And for the first time since arriving on the island, that realization feels more powerful than any promise Eden ever made. By the fourth episode, Eden's atmosphere has shifted from quiet tension to open unease. Alma senses it the moment she wakes, an instinctive awareness that the island is tightening its grip. The routines feel more rigid, the smiles more rehearsed. After everything that has passed between her and Ibon, she understands now that Eden does not punish immediately, it waits, studies, and then applies pressure where it hurts most. Alma and Ibon are deliberately kept apart throughout the day. Tasks are reassigned, paths subtly redirected. It is an isolation meant to weaken resolve. Yet instead of creating distance, it sharpens Alma's focus. Every rule now feels transparent, every instruction a test of obedience. She follows them outwardly, but inside she is no longer compliant. What Eden once framed as purpose now feels like control stripped of meaning. When they finally cross paths near dusk, it is unplanned and dangerous. The encounter is brief, but charged. There is no time for careful words. Ibon tells her quietly that people